Welcome. Welcome to the Right Fit Marriage Show, your one stop for tips to help you to succeed in your marriage. It's time again for your marriage show, and I'll just wait a few moments to see that one or two people come on to the show before I start. While we do that, how has your week been? Many of us resumed work this week after the Christmas and the New Year celebrations. The schools have also resumed. Daddies and mommies, how are you doing combining school run and getting to your own workplace and keeping things together at home? Hello, BC. Jacqueline, good to have you here with us. Maudlin, wow, Mr. Kilami, thank you for joining the show. Oluwashenwara, thank you as well for joining the show. So we'll go off quickly. The year has started, and I'm sure that you are already having strategies in place to take care of all that you need to do. If you're a football lover, you will know that the January 2018 transfer season for the English Premiership League has started. It opened on January 1 and it will close on January 31. During this period, the teams are going to be buying and selling players, sending them out on loan. Today, we're going to look at an interesting topic: 5 similarities between football and marriage. Anyone here who is a football fan? Let me know which club you follow. My husband is a fan of Liverpool, has followed Liverpool now for more than 30 years. I follow him to follow Liverpool. If you know what I mean. Okay. I'm sure that when you heard the topic, you're wondering, what is Mommy Mo up to? Marriage and football? How are they alike? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. And I'll go quickly. Anybody want to tell me their football club, the one that they're following? I know I have friends who follow Manchester United. My son follows Arsenal. Okay, Oluwashenwara, you're an Arsenal fan like my son. Oh, Lolade, your husband is a Chelsea fan. Well, you're going to find out a few interesting things about football this evening. So let's go straight on. Marriage is similar to football in a number of respects. And today I'm going to share with you 5 similarities between football and marriage. I'll get right on to it. The first similarity between marriage and football is that they both are team activities. They both are team activities. Football is a team sport. A football team is made up of people with different skills. I'm not very knowledgeable. You see, you follow your son to follow Arsenal, just like me too. I follow Liverpool with my husband and I follow Arsenal with my son. You know, a football team is made up of many people with different skills. I'm not very knowledgeable about football, so if I make some mistakes in my illustration, don't look at them. Just follow the principles that I'm trying to share with you. In a football match, individual members of the team cannot by themselves win the match. So whether a striker is a fantastic striker, he has all the skills in the world, on his own, he cannot win the match. All the individuals, 11 of them in one team, plus the ones who are sitting on the bench, plus their manager, plus their coach, all of them have to play together. Each member of the team has to recognize their own position. Everyone has to accommodate the other members of the team. All of them have to pull together and work together in order to win their matches. If they don't unite in heart and in playing, their team will not win the match. Their team will be defeated. In marriage as well, it is teamwork. A marriage relationship between a husband and wife that is going to last many years and is going to succeed, the couple will be happy together. It's also a team relationship. Both husband and wife will have to know that they are in it together. They will have to work together. They have to look in the same direction. They have to have the same goal. Without standing together, a husband and wife as a team, is unlikely that their marriage relationship will last, not to talk of succeeding. So the first similarity between marriage and football is that they both are team activities. You succeed as a team. The second similarity between marriage and football is the need to strategize. You know, because my husband is a football fan, I sit with him to listen to the programs on Super Sports. And one program that he listens to very often is Fan Zone. In Fan Zone, the hosts and the fans who call in will analyze and critique the strategies that the coach and the team have employed in their matches in the previous week. You know, the coach, the manager, the entire team usually would have to sit down, look ahead at the games they're going to play, look at what they achieve, put heads together, strategize. And it is those strategies that they put together that they are now going to use when they get onto the field and to play. Without those strategies, they can't achieve much. Day in, day out, as they go to practice, to train, when they go to play their matches, it is these strategies that will guide everything that they do. And actually, the teams that do well are the teams that also strategize very well. In the same way, in marriage, there is need for strategies. There is need for strategies. Many people approach marriage tactically. I mean, in a tactical way. So a husband and wife gets married, and then, it's from day to day that they decide how they're going to handle issues. It's when things happen to them that they'll now start saying, how are we going to handle this? They don't think ahead and say, if this happens, what strategy do we have in place? For example, a marriage that is going to last long and succeed, and the couple will be happy, they have to have a conflict resolution strategy. They have to have a financial strategy, how they will handle finances. They have to have a career strategy. How are their careers going to grow? How will their family cope with the demands of their strategy, of their careers? They have to have a parenting strategy. I'm glad Mr. Kilami is here because, that's what he preaches. They won't just have children and then after they have the children, they'll be deciding how are they going to bring the children up. All these strategies put together means that the couple have thought in advance of the different scenarios that may arise in their home and how they're going to attend to these scenarios. If a football team does not work with strategies, does not have play plans, does not have a training plan, does not have strategies for how defenders and attackers will work together cohesively, that team is not going to go very far. And that's exactly what happens in marriage as well. If a couple do not strategize, if they don't have strategies that they're going to use applied to different aspects of their life, what's going to happen is that their marriage will have issues. They will break down along the way. They will fight with one another and have misunderstandings as things arise. If you're just joining us, this is the Right Fit Marriage Show, your one-stop for tips to help you succeed in your marriage. Thank you, Omausi. So glad to have you. Zora, Olasumbo, Quest, wow, Fumi, Aderiola, Otumba, good to have you with us. Priscilla, Chinwe, thank you all for joining. Emekalu, my venerable Taiwo Lukwiton, thank you for joining. Noye, thank you as well. Thank you all for joining the show. We're looking at the similarities between football and marriage. I have talked of the fact that football is teamwork, so is marriage. I've also talked of the need to strategize both in football and in marriage. So the third way in which marriages and footballs are similar is that both of them need to have good offensive and defensive strategies. With an offensive strategy, the football team goes proactively into the territory of their opponents. They they dribble them, they go past all the strikers and the defenders, and they score a goal. A defensive strategy, on the other hand, is when a football team pulls themselves together, goes back to their own part of the field, and ensures that the opposing team does not come into their own territory and score a goal. Marriage too has both offensive and defensive strategies. The offensive strategy in marriage is that a couple will sit together and do scenario planning. They will look ahead and say, how are we going to handle this kind of a situation? How are we going to handle that kind of a situation? So they will already have come up proactively with the things that they are going to do if those kind of situations arise. And as soon as the situations arise, they will apply the strategies that they have already agreed upon. That way, they are able to score goals whenever they face any situation. The defensive strategy for a couple in marriage is when situations arise, which they didn't foresee, which they couldn't plan for because they didn't foresee. So they go hand in hand, they join hands together, they look at it together, and they don't allow those unforeseen or unplanned situations to create crisis in their family. That's what it means when a marriage has a good defensive strategy. So you would see that football is like marriage in that a successful team does not only attack, they only defend. In the same way, a successful marriage looks ahead, plans and addresses things proactively, but they also equip themselves to address issues that come up which they did not foresee. The fourth way in which marriage and football are similar is the impact of home field advantage. Those of you who are football fans know that when your teams play at home, chances that they will win are higher. And why is that? When a team is at home, it has a home field advantage. It has the benefit that they are playing on their home ground, in their own territory. Their fans are there to cheer them. People are supporting them. However they are performing, they are encouraged when they look around and they see the familiar faces of their fan. Even if they're losing, when they hear their fans cheering them up, it boosts their morale. In the same way, a marriage can experience home field advantage. How does this happen? When a couple identifies or recognizes the people who are supporters of their marriage, the people who want their marriage to succeed, the people who are always rooting for them, so that even if anything is happening, those fans, those supporters are there, supporting them, encouraging them to continue staying in the marriage. When a couple has that, the couple is experiencing home field advantage. Have you watched a team playing on home ground that is losing? Just the fact that they are on home ground makes them not want to disappoint their fans, so they put in extra effort. In the same way, a couple who has home field advantage, who has people who are supporting and encouraging their marriage, who want their marriage to succeed, usually put in a little more effort than those who do not have the home field advantage. I hope that you are all still following me. I'm really glad to have all of you. Wow. Fina, thank you for joining. Ufuoma, thank you as well for joining. The fifth similarity between marriage and football is the need for a coach. A football team is made up of individual players, talented players. Each one of them in their own right is very skilled, but by themselves, they cannot become a team. Usually what you would have happen is that the team will have a coach that will now take these individuals with fantastic skills and put them together, help them blend together, help them to match their weaknesses and strengths so that they become a formidable team. In the same way, a married couple needs coaches. The coaches could be marriage mentors. The coaches could be professional counselors who the couple has chosen to pay and work with. The coaches could be older couples around them who have had positive experience of marriage and also demonstrate positive results in their marriage. What is critical about the coach is that the coach is not biased in favor of the husband or the wife. The coach always tells them the truth. The coach wants the best for their family. So you see that football and marriage are alike. I have shared with you today 5 ways in which there is similarity between